right. Hey guys, well, it's been a little while since I've done a math video. We've got a new skill today. All right, so we're going to move and start talking about numerical expressions. Okay, so we'll talk about what that is in just a second. But our ITN statement says, I can use a numerical expression to describe a math situation. So I've got two math situations here for you. We'll talk about this one as our green problem, our green math situation, and this one will be our black math situation. So we'll start with our green. This one says, Doug went fishing for 3 days. All right, so 3 days is important. I went ahead and underlined that. Each day he put $15 in his pocket. All right, so that happened every single day of those 3 days. At the end of each day, he had $5 left. How much did he spend by the end of the trip? So it's asking us about how much did he spend. Okay, how much did he end up spending in all? Okay, so the first thing we need to think about in this is how much is he spending in 1 day? Because if we can figure that out, then we can easily figure out how much that is in 3 days by using multiplication and multiplying it by 3. Okay, so if each day he puts $15 in his pocket, and he's at the end of each day he has $5 left, then that should mean that he is spending a total of $10. So we need to think about what that would look like in a math situation. So each day he puts $15 in his pocket. So let's write $15 down, okay? And at the end of each day he has $5 left, all right? So we know that he is spending $10 because 15 minus 5 is 10. So we could represent this as 15 minus 5 because that would give us the $10 that he's spending. Okay, this would represent how much is being spent in 1 day. 15 with 5 left at the end. Okay, and we know that's already 10. We said that. But the question is, how much did he spend by the end of the trip? The whole trip, if you remember, he went fishing for 3 days. Okay, so you could do this one of two ways. You could do 15 minus 5 and then just put times 3 at the end. Okay, or you could take the 3 times and put it on at the beginning. But either way, if you remember, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, you're always going to solve parentheses first. So it doesn't matter if the 3 times is at the beginning or if it's at the end, you're still going to solve that parentheses first. Okay? Now, this I can statement, this learning target isn't asking us to solve it, but I always like to find the answer to a problem. It's really just asking you to match a numerical expression, and this is a numerical expression. It's a math problem to help us find the answer. But let's go ahead and find the answer, okay? So 15 minus 5 is 10, and 3 times 10 equals 30. $30. So how much did he spend by the end of the trip? He spent 30 in all, okay? All right. Each day, he had $15 in his pocket. He ended up with 5. 10 times 3 is 30, okay? All right, that one hopefully was pretty easy for you. Let's take a look at this one here, and I'm going to move over with my blue marker. Hopefully you can still see. It says Kim has $20 to spend for her fishing trip, okay? So where Doug started out with 15, she's getting to start out with 20, but that's for her whole trip, okay? She spends $12 on a fishing pole and $3 on bait, all right? So she starts off with 20, okay? I'm going to go ahead and write $20 here at the beginning because I know that's what she's starting with, all right? And then she spends 12 on a fishing pole, 3 on bait, okay? How much money does she have now? So what I want to do is I want to think about money. Money is not being added here. It's going away, all right? So if money is going to be taken away, this is going to be 20 minus something, okay? We're starting off with 20 and we're going to be subtracting something. We're going to be subtracting 12, but we're also going to be subtracting 3 more dollars. Okay, so let me show you how you can do that in a numerical expression. If you're subtracting 12 minus 3 more, yes, you're probably thinking in your head, I know that's 15 total dollars that she's spending, but if you will write down 12 plus 3 more, okay, and then put this in parentheses, That's how you're getting $15 in your mind, okay? She spent 12 and she spent 3 more, but you've got to add those amounts together to get the total amount she's spending. So if you do that first, you get your 15, and then you take your 20 and you subtract that 15, that total amount she spent, okay? And 20 minus 15 we know is 5. So she actually ends up with the same amount each day that Doug was ending up, but this is her whole trip. It doesn't really say anything about each day here, okay? So she ends up with $5 at the end of her trip, okay? So our numerical expression that we wrote for this one is 20 minus 12 plus 3. And on your assignment, it might just have you write a numerical expression or pick the numerical expression that matches the problem, and this will be all you'll need to pick. It may not have you fully solve the problem, but we did in both these situations because we wanted to know the answer, okay? All right. Now, you might also, on your assignment, see a numerical expression, and you have to pick the real-world situation that matches it. So that's just working backwards from what we just did. You won't see the words, you'll see the problem. You have to pick the situation to match the problem, okay? All right. Go out and practice today. It's just day 1 with this. We'll work on it more tomorrow and see what you can do with numerical expressions. Bye, guys.